Welcome everybody to Atlanta. We're getting ready for yet another MRL Summer Series race. Had to take a 1-week delay, but we are back underway for MRL. Everyone getting all ready, and we're qualifying here at Atlanta, Georgia. Just getting qualifying underway. Alpha was the first one to qualify. Oops. 30.925. Dan up next. Cross the line and get a 31.096. And then event. What is this? What is this car? Avento up next. And his very interesting car. Alpha won at Phoenix 2 weeks ago. And he just had the right strategy. Avento tried as much as he could, but couldn't get it done in the end. So, Avento to the top of the board. Then we'll have Radiant and Barry. Radiant probably will be the points leader coming out of tonight. Right now, he is tied for second place with Avento. Ooh, actually, yeah, Avento tied for second place. Ooh, Radiant backing off. I think he hit the wall or something. I wasn't watching. But Radiant currently 3 points back. Same with Avento from Coma. Coma not able to make it tonight. So he will unfortunately probably lose that points lead. I say unfortunately. And I guess Barry's going to be told to let off as well. So, Pink up next. The Pink will also get told. Wow, so we'll have 3 people qualify. I guess the wall was just a little bit too much. Let's see. Is that what the call is? Is people hitting the wall? Oh my god. Really?
Oh, no. That's it.
Pink joins the club.
Yep. So 3 people hit the wall, and so that will make it for a short qualifying session. Avento will get pole of Alpha in second, Dan in third. Well, I don't know if Radiant will be fourth with that 2-minute time, but he might. So. Small starting order. And what is going on? Oh, yep, that's qualifying. All right, so qualifying 3 drivers getting knocked out or invalidated. So Avento will take pole. So we'll start lining everybody up. That's what's gonna happen. There we go. So again, Evento on pole, Alpha in second, Dan in third. I think it'll be kind of up to interpretation for Barry, Pink, and Radiant. A short turnout, only 6 drivers starting out. Now, seems like that's been the common theme throughout the summer series. It's been small attendance, but we've had a good race so far in all of the races that we've had. Hopefully we have yet another one as the cars start to line up. Evento swapping between the thousands of cars he has that has the number 97 on it. Alpha pasted. Alpha pasted his YouTube link into the ID input.
Alpha.
So it looks like then Barry, and then we'll see if Radiant or Pink pick up the next spot. Take a look at the race analytics. Oh. There we go. Today's race analysis, 70 laps, 105 miles. Pit windows, we're expecting 25, 35, maybe even shorter, maybe a little bit longer. We're not entirely sure. And of course, 90 studs per second. Tonight is going to be a hot one here in Atlanta. 97 degrees, sunny, no clouds in the sky. Track temp is 112. It's right up there. So tire temperatures are going to be kind of hard to handle. We'll do a full lap around. But that's going to be the main event for tonight, is going to be that track temperature. 112, it's the hottest I think we've had at all in the summer series. So yeah, track temperature is going to be one thing to keep in mind throughout tonight. And we'll take one last look at our analysis here for the race. Again, 70 laps. Yeah, quite a little long one tonight. Alpha swerving, warming up those tires. It won't take long to warm up those tires. You probably actually don't want to swerve, since it's going to be definitely difficult for the tires to stay cool. We had a little bit of a tire issue. Some drivers can handle it, some couldn't at Phoenix, and Phoenix was a whole lot cooler than it is here. Is that laps? Yummy. All right, here we go, and we are underway here at Atlanta. Good start from Evento and Alpha. Barry leads the main pack. Alpha down to the inside early. Wants to take this one away. Although Avento, good run out of the corner. He will lead lap 1. Oh, and Radiant immediately into the wall, and that will bring out the caution. Oh, and some heavy contact with the wall out of turn 2. So that will bring out our first caution pretty early. And it's a reminder to the drivers that the wall is going to be extremely deadly in the upcoming season. Alpha gets the race back. Vento and then Barry, Dan. A quick look at this one. Radiant in the bright red and white car is just gonna go up and into the wall. Catches the wall pop, tags Dan and Pink. So those two are gonna have damage. Caution comes out. Pit road will be open. I kind of doubt anyone's gonna take it. All right, looks like Avento will come in. As well as Pink and Radiant. Those guys definitely with damage. So as we watch these guys go down pit lane, let's watch this from Pink's angle.
I'm not.
Imagine if that was a finish. Oh my god.
I'm not jumping on it. Ow!
Ow.
Sorry, Barry.
Ow.
Caution,
Can we
racing
box?
back,
Can we
racing
box?
back.
Damn
Oh
it, Barry.
shit!
Bro, there's 6 of
Hurry
us.
up,
Are we
hurry,
serious?
hurry.
There is 6 of us.
Fans incoming.
So, as you could hear, I'm honestly surprised. Yeah, they talk about how there's only 6 drivers, but they're already having some issues. Not too surprised. It's been a while. Not sure why Dan says, why did I stay out? I mean, it's not like one lap of tires is going to make a big difference. I'm honestly surprised Pink didn't get any damage from that, though. He actually, oh, he got damage from lining up. He didn't get damage from the wreck. He got damage from lining up. Kind of crazy. Well, Alpha will be the leader. Pace car heads into pit lane. Nope. Vento, for some reason, was interesting. Not sure what happened with the Vento. Had to abort the start. So now back in line. So we'll restart this time. Bye. Alpha will be the control car. Barry in second, Dan in third, Pink in fourth, Radiant in fifth, and Avento starting out in the rear. So, pace car will head in. We'll start to lead a little bit, and then we will be back underway here at Atlanta. Good start from Avento. Radiant tried to block it. I wonder if he went a little bit fast. Barry takes the lead into turn 1. A lot of contact going into turn 1. Oh, Barry coming off the wall just a little bit there. Gets some contact with Avento. They head into turn 3. Avento gets sent all the way up to the wall by Pink. Looks like we're going to have a sending fest tonight as Barry almost going through the grass trying to take the lead away from Alpha. One in the turn 1. Alpha looking for the switchback. It's going to get down to the inside, gets to the quarter panel. But Barry, with the run on the outside, is going to take the lead. Alpha will sit back in second. Try to get another switchback here. Does not get any. There's no run there on the inside. You only get it in the middle of the corner. Barry's getting run on exit as the rest of the field starts to single file out. Pink going a little bit wide. Radiant fills in on the inside. But that outside run, I tell you what, this is going to be a track where you have to run the outside. It's just, especially on the exit. You don't have to run in the middle of the corner. I mean, the Como land's going to be just so much better, but you definitely want to be up high on the exits. I mean, just look at how much time Pink gained there. Contact there. They're going to go 3 wide for the lead. Coming out of turn 2, Barry into the wall. They all kind of made contact. Radiant and Avento made contact. Barry's going to give up the lead on the outside. Now he's going to get stuck up there. As Pink gets a run on the inside. Ooh, Alpha up and into the wall. Barry now going to be looking down low. Gives Pink a push. Pushes him up the racetrack. And Barry tried to take this lead back as he almost gets squished up into the wall. Barry a little bit wide, pushes Pink up. Barry's still trying to get that outside run. As Alpha continuing to kind of tap that wall in the trial wall. Radiant fills in the spot for Alpha, nearly turns him. Pink drops back. Barry now with the outside. Here comes Radiant, squeezes Pink up into the wall. Barry comes down and gets into Alpha. Comes Alpha down on the inside. Pink gets a bump from Avento. They all go up the racetrack. They're 3 wide for 3rd place. Alpha's going to try diving it in here. Avento with the dive on Radiant. Pink wanted to get the switchback. Just no run in turn 2. It's Alpha and it stays right behind Barry. Barry's last win in MRL was in Season 3. Got 1 taken away in Season 5. And then, not Season 5, Season 4. Had a couple of moments in Season 5 where he was up front. Barry has been on probably the longest winning or no-win streak out of anyone here, maybe except Dan. I don't know if Dan's actually ever won a race in the MRL Cup Series. Ooh, Alpha kind of hangs up on that wall. Still hangs up on that wall. As Alpha has to park it. Alpha with groceries this time instead of dinners. Whoa, Barry gets thrown around. Big bump to Avento, who somehow gets to the lead. Contact there with Radiant and Barry. Radiant getting to the Avento's quarter panel. Hits him a little bit loose to go down the front straightaway. Now, 2nd and 3rd place tied in the point standing side by side. Going into turn 1, Barry and Pink go up and into the wall. Alpha, unfortunately, will have to park it for a little bit. That'll bring us down to 5 cars. Only there were a couple of cars watching. Going to race. Vento trying to get down to the inside. It went a little bit wide, got into the wall, and then Vento got into him. Vento backs off. Have a low entry into turn 3, brings Radiant up the racetrack a little bit. So we'll take the lead. Radiant finds the outside. Oh, a little bit of touch there on the quarter panels. I think Radiant wanted to stay behind, didn't want to get on the... Oh, Barry! Goes up and in the pink, gets crushed up onto the wall. They drop back. Big time. Oh. Back into pink. Watch this one back. Drove it in a little bit too hard. Pinches pink up and into the wall. And has to go back. Barry looked like he was going to be hanging up front, but see how long that lasts for, as it looks like we might have pit stops. Radiant wanted to come down pit lane. Thought Dan was going to get into him, and Radiant misses pit lane, and he's going to go and turn. Oh no, he's just going to delete his car and then spawn it again on pit lane? Or parking it. I don't know what Radiant's doing. That leaves us with 4 cars. Oh, and they all pinch each other. Now Dan will be coming in this time. Barry as well. Barry with a grid drop that's going to be for what happened to Pink. And Radiant parks it. So I guess we're gonna have some early pit stops here. Not sure why Radiant DNF. That leaves us with 4. Wow. So Vento and Pink stay out. Tires are getting pretty warm from what I've seen. Well, Vento hopping into the wall. Just taps it. And Dan and Barry pretty far back. See if this overcut works out in Avento in Pink's favor. I mean, Avento's big time conserving. I mean, he's barely on the gas. Gets on the gas down the back straightaway. So, I mean, I guess that was a really early pit by Dan and Barry, because these guys have been able to stay out just a little bit longer. I guess that pit window was a little bit off, at least for the first 3 pitters. Of course, these guys are really conserving now. Pink getting close to about half tire wear. Tire temperatures are in the orange for these two. They're pretty warm. The warmer the tires, the faster your tire wear goes down. So you want to keep them warm, but you don't want to make them hot. They're a little hot right now. In just the last couple of laps, Pink dropped from 55 to 52 on his tire wear. Now he's already down to 50, and that was a lap ago. Information a little bit delayed. So we'll see how much longer these guys stay out for. I can't imagine it's too long. The tire wear is going down pretty quick, at least for Pink, and I can only imagine what it is for Avento. I don't know if this strategy is going to quite work out. Maybe they're trying to make it on a two-stop. They can make it on a two. Well, you can make it on a two-stop. I'm not. Maybe they're trying to make it on a one-stop. I'd be impressed if they can make it go that far. I mean, Pink's been backing off bit by bit, lap by lap, just to try to make his tires last a little bit longer. There was a little concern before the race about the tire system, and in particular with the blowouts. There was a little concern about them not blowing up. The tires just not blowing. He said it was fine, but just something to keep in mind. These guys get lower and lower on their tire wear. I mean, Pink's in the 40s. Probably be under 40 when he crosses the line. Can only imagine what the Ventos are. These guys are running super slow laps, so it's only a matter of time until Dan and Barry catch up. But at this point, we'll have to see. Is apparently there's going to be a pass for third. Yeah, look at this. Barry, who was hanging out behind Dan by multiple seconds, is now caught up. They're going to be battling. Very into the wall. Keep our eye on Avento. Go split screen here. There goes Pink. Pink with the blown tire. Has to come down pit road. And on your right is the battle for third. Pink down pit road. His tire blowing out at 34%. So when will Avento come down pit road? Serving a little bit longer than Pink. Still in pit road, getting those tires fixed. He's got a little bit of damage as well as Dan to the inside of Barry. And your leader on your left, and the battle for second now on your right. I think come out of pit road actually ahead of these two. He does. I think quite the ways ahead of Barry and Dan. So that overcut has worked wonders. I don't even know how it worked so well. Like, he is significantly in front. And oh, Dan saves it, nearly lost it. You saw it on. You saw it. Nearly lost it. We're only down to one POV. Looks like Dan's gonna be all on his own for a little while, or Dan and Pink. Not Pink. Oh my goodness. I'd always confuse Pink with Barry last season, and now I'm confusing Barry for Pink. It just comes full circle, doesn't it? It's been a long day. AIRL was earlier at Kansas. It was a good race, good finish. Congratulations to Pink. It was Pink that won that. I almost said Evento. Thought Evento won it, but it was Pink. Evento currently leading right now, has not come down pit road. I think he's going to try to make this a one-stop race, even though he has lost so much time. If you can make it on one stop, you're going to be miles ahead of the field. That's if we stay green. Pink's going to be trying to do the same thing. Barry and Dan have not been saving at all. They've been kind of fighting for a while. Dan's starting to catch back up to Barry. So they run up towards the wall. They got to be careful. They go into that wall and they get a wall pop. That's their basically day done. Of course. I mean, I don't really know. Barry into the wall. Dan right behind. Barry's at 170 degrees on his tires. He is cooking them, and oh, they both go into the wall. Vento still has not come down pit road. He's still hanging out there. If he can make it the lap 40, I think he'd be able to come down pit lane, and then he'd be good for the rest of the race. So it's lap 40 now, and so we got technically 31 to go. So if he can make it another lap, he should still be good to the end. We had that first caution on lap 2, which, I mean, even though we paced for a couple of laps, still was able to go all the way. So with last race being strategy from Alpha, this one will be strategy on Evento. Just a matter of time until he comes in. Of course, the longer he stays out on this run, the better for him, because then he can just push a little bit harder on the second run. A little bit of a corner cut by Barry on the tri-oval, but no harm, no foul. Ooh, contact there. This guy's still not really conserving any tire. Yummy said it in chat just a few moments ago that we're watching the two extremes of tire management. We're seeing Evento just full save as much as possible, and then we have Barry and Dan basically dogfighting right now for back to third place, since Pink never lost his spot. Pink's kind of just been rolling around a little bit of, he's saving his tires. He wants to make it to the end, but I don't know what to do unless you're I don't know what to do if you're going to try to beat Barry. Not Barry, Evento. Oh, I'm mixing up everybody's names. Dan's tires at 191. Now, the risk of a blowout from tire temperatures 300 degrees. It is possible to get your tires that high. That is basically like the melting point of rubber or something like that. So it's at 191. Might be at 210 now. But kind of crazy how hot these guys are running their tires. I mean, we saw it. The track temperature was pretty high. If I could remember what it was 112, which is higher than usual, right? That's a hot day, and there's no clouds in the sky. There's only sun. So it's not surprising that we're seeing tire temps now 201 degrees for Dan. At this point, it's seeing how hot can you get your tires. Pink's doing a good job. He's been hanging out in the 110s for his tires, so he's been in the green. Unsure what Avento's are, but I can't imagine they're much higher. He's been conserving so hard now for the last 40 laps. It's kind of crazy. Dan might be at 19% tire wear. And yeah, he's going to come down pit lane now. Really slowly. This is really slow down pit lane. Again, the speed limit's 90 studs per second. So you could go pretty fast into pit lane. That's just that I guess Dan didn't want to. You can see where Avento is, and you can see where Pink is. That's that car behind is Pink. As Alpha will be joining us. He is back. I think 2 laps down. 2 laps down. Or something like that. That is more than 2 laps. He'll be 5 laps down, maybe 4. I think he'll be 4 laps down. But Alpha has returned to get some points, so we're going to be back up to 5 cars on the racetrack. But you can see how much that Avento's been saving. That Pink has basically caught up, and he's going to unlap himself. But Pink's going to have to make another pit stop at some point. Or at least we think he's going to have to make another pit stop. Avento still has to make his. We'll see. Oh, he might be coming down this time. Avento will be coming down pit road this time. They are really not risking it coming down pit lane. So that will leave everybody. I think Avento, Pink, Barry will be coming down pit lane as well. Man, I'm mixing up everybody's name. Now that leaves the question, where will Pink come out at? Barry is at 2% tire, and he was at 196 while he came down pit road. All right, here comes Pink. Can Avento get out in time? Oh, no. Pink takes the lead. Avento is going to have to start pushing. Everyone else will still go a lap or 2 down since they're on completely different strategies. Interesting how this has become just a battle. I mean, we kind of expected it, but with such a low turnout, kind of just have to conserve. Now, Vento's 3.5 seconds back, and Pink has been saving in his tires. Can he stay in front? I don't think Avento needs to save tire anymore. Pink also at 75% vehicle condition. So, he's got quite the beat up car. And when you get to around this percentage, your car is slower. Like, it's just slower. So, Avento now 2.5 seconds. Pink is saving. Pink is saving quite a lot here. He needs to make it on to the end with 20 to go. His tires currently at around 75, 73%. Tire temperatures are in the hundreds. He's doing good on tire temperature, but Avento is closing in unless he got caught up. Oh, he almost wrecked with Dan. Almost wrecked with Dan, but now Avento about 1.5 seconds back. I think Pink might have came in a little bit too early. The overcut seems like it is just The longer you could stay out, it looks like the better. And I think Avento played his cards as best as he could. $18 laps to go here in Atlanta. It's gonna come down to just tire strategy. Have maybe a good battle if Pink decides to try to fight this, but I don't know if he can. I don't know if he has the tires. I mean, his tires are actually so cold that they're in the blues now, and Pink will just let him pass. So Vento will take the lead back, and he can push. He's only got 20 laps to go. So he'll have about maybe 25 laps on these tires by the end of this race. I mean, you could push those tires. So Pink is going to have to just nurse it home unless he wants to try to fight, but even at this point, it's kind of already too late. So Vento's probably going to walk away with this one off of that strategy. And like I brought up in AIRL, it's all of Vento is one of the two people there that are just awesome at strategy. Vento has done it time and time again. He's gonna show us now tonight, and then Yummy, of course, as well. Master of strategy. You heard Coma earlier. The post-race interviews talk up Yummy on the two-tire strategy, which is very. I mean, two-tire is interesting. Very interesting in AIRL. So Vento up to a 1.5 second gap. It's got to be longer than that now. Everyone's just kind of saving their tires with 15 to go. Pink kind of just hanging out with Dan. Ooh, some contact there. They go into the wall. Now, yeah, Pink back 2 seconds. Dan at 150 degrees on his tires, so he's already warming them back up. Pink's gonna have to be careful on these tires. He's already down into the 60% range. So he has to nurse this car back to the finish line. Meanwhile, Vento only got about 15 laps on these tires, and he doesn't need to push. Just kind of needs to take it home as well. Alpha's starting to catch up to Pink. Yep. Be surprising if Alpha can unlap himself. If he gets up to Dan, he'll be fighting for position with Dan. Good thing for everyone that showed up, you'll get a top 5 on your report card. So if you wanted to bump up your stat sheet, tonight was a good night to do it. Put yourself another top 5. Ooh, Dan into the wall. 10 laps to go here in Atlanta. Vento has played his cards the best he could, and he's got like a 5-second advantage on Pink, who also played some good cards, but just not as good. It's double aces. Alpha goes on by. He's not going to be working his way up to Dan. I'll be for position. Alpha, the winner at Phoenix just 2 weeks ago. Vento still miles out front. Barry 1 lap down. It's on the normal strategy. Not sure how Dan went 2 down. Those two were racing together. I guess Barry just had a much better pit stop, I guess. Or maybe Dan had to take another one. But Dan's not been taking care of his tires. And there goes Alpha. Alpha just getting the spot basically for free. And Avento's gotten a grid drop for reckless driving. That was on lap 52. Just a couple, handful of laps ago, Avento got himself a penalty for reckless driving. And complaining about the car handling, saying it won't turn. That's what happens if you boil your tires. They don't work no more. That 34%. It's unsurprising Dan might be the next one to blow a tire. Five laps to go here in Atlanta. Vento still miles out front. 8.5 seconds of a gap. Pink has to just conserve those tires. He's at 45% or lower. So he has to take care of them. He was out front in front of Avento for a few laps, but Avento's got nothing to worry about in terms of his tires. He just has to take it home. Dan at 202 degrees on his tires and under 30%. So, how much life left in those tires? Three laps to go. Vento's still miles in front. 9 seconds now. It's only a matter of time. There's around 2 laps to go. Look at Dan and Alpha. And trying to get this last second surge to maybe get 4th place back. Alpha's at 36% on his tires and 150 for tire temp. Dan, I know, is at least 20% lower and about 100 degrees hotter on his tires. So, not too surprising. Avento out of turn 4. This race is finalized. 1 lap to go here at Atlanta. Just needs to take this one home. On a one-stop strategy. Able to go about 60, not 60 laps, but go about 50 laps on a set of tires, and then, into the wall he goes. A little bit of a leg spike. Big leg spike. And he'll just coast across the line. And there you go. Actually, Avento, there's people still trying to finish. And Pink does not cross the line. And there he goes. Here comes Barry, third place. Boom. So Avento will win here at Atlanta. It's our MRL's second race ever here at Atlanta. We'll interview Avento, and I think that's it. I don't think anyone else is important. Alright, let's get our race winner up here. Oh, going over the foliage. Come on, Avento, you can get the car in there. Oh my goodness. You know what? That's good. That's good. Just leave it like that. That's perfect. Aww. Avento, you're facing the wrong way. There you go. Alright. Let me get the spectate camera down there. Avento. Master of strategy in my book for this one. How did you make it that long on tires?
I was going until I got a puncture. Thing is, I didn't get a puncture.
Yeah, you
I
never
sent
did.
a pic. I paid for fuel, not for tire. My tire was at 1% with a gas equal to 53 millimeters as I entered pits.
You were on 1% tire wear?
Yeah,
Oh, what?
it's in comms.
1%?
Yeah.
That is kind of crazy. Dan finishing on 2% tire. That's good. So, I'm guessing as soon as you pit with like 20 to go, you kind of knew you had this one in the bag?
Yeah, I was debating in my head whether I should take basic repairs for giggles to see if I could still win the race.
You probably could have. There was a 9-second
Yeah.
gap between you and Pink was kind of limping it to the end because he was down on like 30% tire wear.
No, I think he wasn't gonna be able to finish on gas, but then his tire temperature was like 80 something.
Yeah, it was very, very cool.
Yeah.
Well, up next week is Charlotte. Feelings on Charlotte, Avento?
I hope it's gonna be as fun as we had today.
I hope it's a little bit more fun than today. It was kind of boring.
Nah, in the chat that we were on, it was pure chaos.
Oh, I'm sure it was. Well, Avento, anything else to add on for tonight? I mean, it was kind of
All I gotta say
yeah.
is that the tire wear is racist because the only person who got a blowout was a black person.
Okay.
And meanwhile, 3 white dudes with 2% of tires didn't get a blowout. That is crazy.
All right, thank you, Avento. Do you have anything to say to the public?
I do. So that was an interesting race, but Charlotte will be our one and only full-length race in the summer series. So we will be running it as we would in the typical Nextel Cup series. And that way we can get a gauge for scaling temperatures and wear and fuel and all that. So look forward to that. Today was an interesting day. A good learning experience, I think, for a lot of people. So
Yep.
thanks to everybody for coming out. And we'll see you guys next week.
Okay, that was Yummy, the league director, and I don't know if I'm looking forward to a full-length race, but thank you all for tuning in. Good strategy race from Avento. Made it all the way to the end. Very impressive. Just with one stop, and I mean, even then, it he was good all the way to the end for like another 20 laps. Again, Charlotte next week. So stay tuned for that. Rack, of course, and AIRL also next week. If you didn't hear, AIRL is now just D1. There is no more D2. The series is dead. No champion. Same thing with D3. So if you didn't know that, you do now. And we will see you next week. We'll pick up with Rack on Friday.